So a man by the name of Carl Paladino, who is the New York co-chair for the Trump campaign, I guess, was asked what he hopes most will happen in 2017. He had some very interesting comments to say the least, and we'll see what happens. And I want to know what you guys think. So he said, quote, Obama catches mad cow disease after being caught having relations with the Herford. He dies before trial and is buried in a cow pasture next to Valerie Jarrett, who died weeks prior after being convicted of sedition and treason when a Jihady cellmate mistook her for being a nice person and decapitated her. Michelle Obama, I'd like her to return to being a male and let loose in the outback of Zimbabwe where she lives comfortable in a cave with Maxie the gorilla. Paladino called Obama the worst president in U.S. history and accused him of putting war criminals back on the streets. Okay, so I would just like to say that, of course, this guy is retarded and no one really should bat an eye, but it's this idea that racism doesn't exist anymore that is just simply not true, and that's kind of why I wanted to bring this to your attention. But if you don't think that this guy is racist, I mean, I don't even know what's wrong with you. But first of all, whenever you are seriously this imaginative of the way somebody dies, like mad cow disease, that seems very interesting, and it seems to me that you are a psychopathic, crazy retard. Because I don't know about you, I hate George Bush, but I'd never thought about him getting mad cow disease or him dying. So this guy's obviously pretty fucking crazy. And then his comments about Michelle Obama just don't make sense to me, because someone with this much hatred to someone who barely has done anything wrong or anything at all to influence policy in the first place. But basically, I mean, I would just like to bring up the point that this dude is an ugly, disgusting, old fucking dude. And Michelle Obama is not. So I'm just saying, like, he may think that she looks like an ape, but to me, this dude looks much more monkey-like than she does. So my point is that he's an ugly fuck while she's not, and the racism is very real, dude. And him saying that Obama's the worst president in U.S. history, saying he's putting criminals back on the streets, I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that other than, how can Obama be the worst president if he continued so much of Bush's things that are good in Paladino's eyes, but he also lowered the deficit and lowered the unemployment rate and all this type of stuff, right? You could say, quote, stabilize the economy. So that type of stuff doesn't make sense to me. And obviously, it's not going to make sense because the dude's a complete retard.